All right, so you're probably here because, let's face it, the rumor mill for Call of Duty 2025 is absolutely buzzing. We get it.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore.
So think of this as your quick download. We've waded through the speculation so you can get a handle on what might be coming next year.
Exactly. No need to scroll endlessly.
Right.
We're going to focus in on the main reports, the leaks, the stuff that seems to have some weight behind it. There's a good compilation floating around that pulls a lot of this together.
And it's kind of wild when you step back, isn't it? A new Call of Duty almost every single year since 2005.
Yeah, except for that one gap right at the beginning.
Right. So 2025, that's actually going to mark the series' 20th year of releases. That's
Well,
something.
it's a serious run.
Yeah.
And naturally, that history builds a ton of anticipation.
Yeah.
So the main thing everyone seems to be latching onto, the core rumor really,
Uh-huh.
is that this 2025 game is shaping up to be a direct sequel to a fan favorite, Black Ops 2. And maybe jumping us forward in time a bit.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that. So the working title, nothing official, obviously, is just Call of Duty 2025. Pretty standard stuff there.
Right, placeholder.
But here's where it gets interesting, especially for longtime fans. There's this very strong rumor, seems to stem from sources like Insider Gaming, that it's not just another Black Ops game.
But a direct sequel to the 2012 Black Ops 2. Yeah.
Which is kind of fascinating because if that's true, and with Black Ops 6 coming in 2024, that means back-to-back Black Ops titles.
That'd be a first, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely a first. Suggests a real focus on that whole universe, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you wonder, I mean, what narrative threads are they looking to pick up after, over a decade?
That's the big question. Black Ops 2 ended, well, it was set in 2025, so this idea that the new one jumps to the early 2030s.
Right.
Someone in a supposed Activision study group leak even mentioned maybe around 2035. That creates a pretty interesting gap,
A
right?
10-year jump.
Right.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
What does that world even look like after the events of the last game?
Exactly. What conflicts are still simmering? And, speaking of the past.
The characters.
Yeah, the campaign rumors are starting to trickle out. And this could really hit the nostalgia button hard. That same leak mentions potentially bringing back Woods and Mason.
Wow. Okay, those are big names for the Black Ops story.
Huge. What kind of impact do you think their return would even have?
Well, it definitely ground the story, wouldn't it? Provide that connection back, especially in what sounds like a more futuristic setting again. It's probably a smart move to bridge the old and new.
Makes sense.
And there's another rumor tied to the campaign, up to 4-player co-op.
Oh, interesting. Like through the whole story.
The rumor suggests it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine tackling those big Black Ops moments, but with your friends. That could seriously change how you experience the narrative.
No kidding. Coordinating tactics, sharing those story beats.
Oh.
Yeah, that could be really cool. But here's one that feels like a bigger departure.
Uh-huh.
The mention of a possible open world map for the campaign.
Ah, right. That also came from that same Reddit leak source, didn't it?
Yeah, that feels different. Very different from the usual COD campaign structure. What's your take on that?
It's definitely bold. I mean, open worlds are everywhere now. They offer freedom, exploration.
But can Call of Duty do that and still feel like Call of Duty? With that tight pacing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Balancing that freedom with the, high-octane focused story moments the series is known for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tricky balance to get right.
Definitely something to watch. Okay, let's switch gears. Zombies. Always a huge part of the Treyarch games.
Oh, yeah.
And the rumors here sound ambitious, like really ambitious. We're hearing whispers about the largest round-based map ever created.
Ever. That's a massive claim.
Right. What does that even mean in practical terms? Just sheer size, more complex areas?
It suggests a major jump in scale. Could mean, yeah, more diverse areas within one map, maybe longer play sessions, more intricate Easter eggs or objectives, perhaps.
And speaking of maps, there's another juicy bit. The potential return of a remade transit.
Ah, Transit from Black Ops 2. The bus map.
The very same. People either loved or really didn't love that map.
It was definitely divisive.
Yeah.
But unique. A modern take could be interesting, maybe smoothing out some of the rough edges people remember.
Yeah. Revisit the concept with, modern tech and design lessons learned. Could be
Yeah.
great. And here's something else for zombies. A difficulty slider.
Oh, that's interesting. Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Right. For accessibility.
Totally. Let's newcomers ease in without getting instantly destroyed, but you can still crank it up for the hardcore challenge. Caters to everyone.
Seems like a smart move.
And the story rumors for zombies point towards maybe focusing on the original crew again
Yeah.
and exploring old timeline.
Oh, delving back into the Aether storyline, maybe?
Something like that, yeah. And exploring the established lore. The dedicated zombies crowd would likely eat that up.
Okay, multiplayer. For a lot of people, this IS Call of Duty.
Absolutely. The core experience for many.
So the rumor here is kind of intriguing. Apparently, some older Black Ops maps were shown to a study group, but reimagined,
Reimagined how?
with a new futuristic Japanese setting.
Huh. So, keep the classic layout maybe, but give it a totally new aesthetic and feel.
That seems to be the idea. Like, tap into that muscle memory players have for those maps, but make it feel fresh. Offer comfort and novelty.
That's actually pretty clever. It avoids the just another remake complaint while still using beloved designs.
Yeah. And movement-wise, it sounds like Treyarch's Omni-movement, the sliding, diving, all that smooth stuff.
The Black Ops 6 system.
Yeah, that's expected to carry over across all modes. Plus, get this, a rumor of a new wall-running mechanic.
While running. Okay, shades of older futuristic CODs there.
Totally. Could really add another layer to firefights, right? More verticality, flanking routes.
Definitely raises the skill ceiling, adds more dynamic movement. Could be very cool if done well.
Now, something that can make a lot of players happy, the potential return of carry forward.
Ah, so bringing stuff from Black Ops 6 into the 2025 game.
Exactly. Weapons, operators, the stuff you unlocked, allowing players to transfer that progress. What do you see as the upsides and downsides there?
Well, the upside is huge for player investment, right?
Yeah.
Reward sticking with the game, lets you jump into the new one with gear you like, sense of continuity,
Makes sense. The downside?
balancing, I guess, making sure those carried over weapons don't totally dominate the new sandbox, ensuring it's fair for people who maybe didn't play Black Ops 6. That's the key challenge.
Fair point. Okay, let's talk timing. When might we actually get our hands on this?
Well, if history is any guide, Call of Duty pretty much owns that late fall slot.
Right. October, maybe November 2025. That feels like the safe bet. It's the rhythm.
It's the rhythm, exactly. And the reveal, the actual announcement. Probably a few months before that. Summer, maybe?
Yeah, and they love using Warzone for teasers now, don't they?
Definitely. We could see hints start dropping in Warzone leading up to the official reveal. Builds hype.
And a beta.
Yeah.
Seems almost guaranteed these days.
Oh, absolutely. A pre-release multiplayer beta is basically standard practice.
Right.
Let some test servers, get feedback.
Generate more buzz.
And with Microsoft now in charge, it seems very likely, based on the Black Ops 6 plan, that the beta would launch on all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC at the same time.
Ah, no more timed exclusivity windows for the beta.
Seems that way. More of a unified launch approach.
Okay, platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, those feel like locks.
Definitely the core platforms.
Whoa. There's that little bit of smoke around Nintendo, isn't there? Phil Spencer talking about bringing games to a potential Switch 2.
Yeah, that's out there. Could we see Call of Duty on a Nintendo console again?
What would that even take? The Switch 2 would need some serious horsepower, right?
It really depends on the hardware specs. If it can handle a demanding game like COD and deliver a good experience, yeah, it could open up a whole new audience. But it's a big if right now.
True. But something that feels less like an if now, Game Pass.
Ah, yes, the big one.
With Black Ops 6 confirmed for day one on Game Pass, the expectation is sky high that Call of Duty 2025 will follow suit.
It seems almost inevitable at this point, doesn't it?
Huge value for Game Pass subscribers. What does that do to the player base on launch day?
Potentially massive. Lowers the barrier to entry significantly. Could mean an enormous number of players jumping in right away. Really changes the launch dynamic compared to a $70 purchase.
Definitely. Okay, under the hood, the tech. They've moved to using one main Call of Duty engine for the big releases, right?
Yeah, that unified engine approach. Expected to continue here.
What's the main benefit of that? Just streamlining.
Streamlining development, yeah. Easier to share tech, keep performance consistent, roll out engine updates across different teams and projects, makes the whole process more efficient.
Gotcha. Though, interestingly, the reports we're drawing from didn't seem to name a specific lead developer for 2025.
No, that wasn't specified. Any thoughts on why?
Well, these games are just such massive collaborations now, aren't they? Usually multiple studios, internal, maybe external support.
True. Pinning it on one lead might not capture the reality of how these huge games get made. It's often a group effort led by one primary studio, but with significant contributions from others.
Makes sense. And looking beyond just this potential 2025 game, The COD universe keeps spinning. There's other stuff happening next year, too.
Oh yeah, big stuff. Like the planned return of Verdansk to Warzone.
The original Warzone map, later in 2025.
That's the plan being reported. Talk about a nostalgia hit for Battle Royale fans.
Oh, people will go nuts for that. Verdansk holds a special place.
Absolutely. Plus, Black Ops 6 will still be getting us seasonal updates, new maps, modes in the mobile games, COD Mobile and Warzone Mobile. They'll keep getting new content too.
So it's not just about the one big release. The whole ecosystem is going to be really active throughout 2025.
It's a constant flow of content across the board, keeping players engaged wherever they play COD.
Right. So let's try and wrap this all up. If you're trying to get the gist of the Call of Duty 2025 rumors, here's the lowdown. We might be looking at a direct sequel to Black Ops 2.
Set potentially in the early 2030s.
Possibly bringing back Woods and Mason. Campaign could have co-op, maybe even open world elements.
Zombies could feature a massive new map, maybe a remade transit, and a difficulty slider.
Multiplayer might remix old maps with a futuristic Japanese style, keep the slick movement, maybe add wall running.
And a strong, strong possibility of hitting Game Pass on day one.
But, and this is the important part, we got to stress, this is all based on leaks and rumors. Unofficial info.
Exactly. Activision hasn't confirmed any of this officially. So while it all sounds exciting and, frankly, quite plausible, take it with a grain of salt until we get the official word. Healthy skepticism is key.
Absolutely. Still, it paints a really interesting picture, doesn't it? Which leads to a final thought for everyone listening. If these rumors pan out the big zombies map, the potential open world campaign, what kind of experience are you hoping for most in the next Call of Duty? And thinking back to Black Ops 2, are there specific things you'd love to see them revisit or expand on in this sequel? Definitely something to chew on.